I am Reed, just a normal 27-year-old guy talking about building wealth and getting your life together in your 20s. Hey everyone, it is so good to be here with you all today, and I am really excited to chat about something that often feels a little heavy, but trust me, we are going to make it feel light and reassuring. Today, we are diving into our net worth, and I know what you might be thinking, oh, Reed is going to talk about big numbers and complicated strategies, but honestly, that is not what this is about. Not at all. For me, net worth, it is not just a cold, hard number. It is more like a warm, cozy blanket that helps us feel safe and secure. It is about building a gentle foundation for our lives. One where we can breathe a little easier and face tomorrow with a bit more calm. So let us settle in, maybe grab a warm cup of tea or a comforting oat milk latte, and let us talk about this together. You know, I am 27 now. And if I am being really transparent with you, my net worth is just a little over $50,000. And I know for some, that might not sound like a huge impressive sum, and for others, it might feel like a distant dream. But here's the thing, I have never had a six-figure job. Not once. There has been no inheritance, no secret rich aunt or uncle suddenly appearing, and that is totally okay. Every single penny, every single dollar of that net worth, it has come from slow, steady, intentional choices. It is from the quiet habit of setting aside money, from learning a few gentle lessons along the way, and from truly understanding that financial well-being is not about racing to the finish line. It is about enjoying the journey, building resilience, and fostering a sense of inner peace. So in this chat today, I want to unpack where this 50-something thousand came from, how I have been gently nurturing it over the past few years, and what my next thoughtful steps are to keep this little garden of mine growing, even when I am on a really tight budget. Because let us be honest, life happens, and budgets are a constant companion for many of us. First, let us just do a quick, gentle refresher on what net worth actually is, because sometimes these terms can feel a bit intimidating, right? Simply put, your net worth is what you own minus what you owe. Think of it like this. You take everything that belongs to you, all your treasures, big and small, and then you subtract all your responsibilities, all the things you are still working to pay off. So for me, those treasures include the cash I have nestled in my bank account, my investment accounts that are slowly, steadily blooming, any little pots of savings I have tucked away, and then from that sum, I gently subtract my debts. Things like auto loans, thankfully no credit card debt for me, and that is a story for another day maybe. So when I sit down and look at all of this, this is roughly what my financial landscape looks like right now. I have about $30,000 resting peacefully in a high-yield savings account. This, my friends, is my emergency fund, my little financial safety net. And it is also where I am stashing money for any short-term goals I might have, like perhaps a cozy little getaway or a new learning opportunity. Then there is about $6,000 blossoming in my Roth IRA, which I only started tending to last year. I am slowly but surely working towards maxing that out each year because it is such a beautiful tax-advantaged way to grow our future. And in my 401k, I have around $25,000, which feels like a lovely growing tree for my later years. On the other side of the ledger, I have an auto loan of about $15,000. I truly enjoy my car, but it is a reminder of a past financial decision, and we will talk more about that in a moment. And finally, I keep about $10,000 in my checking and other savings accounts for day-to-day living and those smaller unexpected expenses. So when I gently add up all my assets and subtract my liabilities, my total net worth comes to approximately $56,000. It is a number that brings a quiet sense of accomplishment, not a boast, but a peaceful affirmation of the path I am on. Now, you might be wondering, how did I, a regular guy with no fancy background, arrive at this point? And I promise you, it did not happen overnight, not even close. The main, most powerful ingredient in building this $56,000 net worth was simply consistent and gently saving my money. Over a sustained incremental period of time, for example, I really started taking my savings seriously around 2018. If you do the math, that was when I was just about 18 years old. Can you believe it? 7 years ago. That is when I really began to look closely at how I was spending and how I wanted to save. It was a quiet shift. A gentle turning point. Back when I was 18, I was working a full-time job making about $18 an hour, which was pretty good for an 18-year-old. And the amazing thing about that job was that it allowed for overtime. So I was regularly bringing home around $800 a week. Now, here's the kicker. As an 18-year-old, I certainly did not need $800 a week to live comfortably. I could get by quite happily on about $200 a week. So what did I do? Every single week, like clockwork, I would gently transfer $600 of my paycheck directly into a savings account. It was an automatic, quiet act, a little gift to my future self. And doing that consistently for almost 4 straight years allowed me to build up a significant amount of liquid cash money that was just sitting there, patiently waiting in my savings account over these past couple of years. I have started to take the next step, gently exploring how to invest that money, how to make it work a little harder for me, but truly the vast majority of my net worth. The solid foundation of it came directly from those consistent early savings. When I was earning good money at a young age and simply did not need to spend it all, I really made a conscious effort to live below my means. As I mentioned, I happily lived on about $200 a week when I was 18, and from about 18 to 23, I was working that full-time job. So living at home my entire life also played a huge role. It gave me all that precious time and space to sit there and save large chunks of my income. I was honestly saving about 80% of my paycheck back then. It was a beautiful season of quiet accumulation. And when it came to my savings, a really important habit I cultivated, and I have mentioned this in previous videos, is that I automated everything. The moment my paycheck landed, a portion of it would instantly and automatically be transferred out of my checking account into my savings. I did not have to think about it. I did not have to make a conscious decision each time. It just happened quietly and efficiently. It removed the temptation. It removed the effort. And it made saving feel utterly effortless. The next gentle step I took was building a budget that truly worked for me. This was not about copying some trendy budget I stumbled upon on TikTok or YouTube. It was about sitting down, quietly reflecting on my personal finances, really looking at my lifestyle, my habits, my desires, and asking myself, okay, how can I genuinely afford this? You see, I do not drink alcohol and I do not have a lot of expensive extracurricular activities that pull at my purse strings. So I discovered that I could comfortably live on a relatively low weekly income and then, with peace of mind, save the rest of my money. It was about understanding my own rhythm, my own needs, and crafting a financial plan that harmonized with my life, not against it. Now having $50,000 as my net worth at 25, I want to be super clear. This is not a flex, not at all. I do not see it as bragging. And if it comes across that way, please know that is absolutely not my intention. For me, it is simply a quiet milestone, a gentle marker on my journey. It means I have options. It means I can breathe a little bit more freely. It means I have built a solid, if still growing, foundation. And even now, as you might know if you have watched my previous videos, I am currently working part-time, and truthfully, I am not making a huge income right now. So having that $50,000 net worth, it allows me to exhale. It allows me to know that financially, I am still doing okay. I am still on track. And that brings such a profound sense of calm. And speaking of tracks, I do have some gentle goals for the future too. I would absolutely love to reach $100,000 in net worth by the age of 28. So I am 25 now, which means I have about 3 years to lovingly nurture that goal. It feels achievable, it feels motivating, and it is a beautiful aspiration. My other consistent goal on a yearly basis is to max out my Roth IRA. For those who might not know, if you are under 59 and a half, you can contribute up to $7,000 a year into your Roth right now. I am currently about $2,400 in, and we are about 5 months into the year. So I'm a little bit behind the ball on that, but I am always striving to max it out. Even if I might not quite get there every single year, the intention, the effort, that is what truly matters. And another crucial aspect of my financial philosophy is gently minimizing risk. Now, I have to confess something. I have a bit of a car problem. I truly, truly love cars. I once had a Subaru WRX that I completely customized, built it up with so much love and effort, and then I sold it. Then I had a BMW, also fully built. And I sold that too. It is a continuous lesson in figuring out where I can gently save money after building that Subaru. And selling it, I ended up losing about $10,000 on it. And then with the BMW, after all that work and passion, I lost about $15,000. Because honestly, if you are familiar with the car world, when you start pouring money into modifications and customizations, you are often just driving the value down, not up. It is a hard lesson, but an important one. Then I thought, oh, a Tesla, that will be a smart move, but I ended up losing a whole bunch of money on that too, and I sold it. Now I have gently eaten my ego, so to speak. And I bought a little Jeep, and you know what? I absolutely adore my Jeep. It is the cheapest monthly payment I have ever had since I was 18, and that feels so incredibly freeing. I am genuinely happy with it, and it allows me to save all that money I was not spending on cars and instead gently invest it. It is a beautiful shift. A reminder that true contentment often comes from simplicity and mindful choices. So this has been just a quick heartfelt chat about my net worth. I did not think it needed to be a long, drawn-out video because sometimes the most profound messages are the simplest ones. Thank you so much for watching, truly from the bottom of my heart. Whether you are 25, 22, 30, or anywhere else on your journey, please know this. You do not need to move fast. You just need to move with purpose, with gentle discipline. You need to save your money, invest your money, and start slowly. One small intentional step at a time. As I mentioned, when I was younger, I was saving 80% of my paycheck. Now, my circumstances are different, and I am saving about 10% of my paycheck and investing around 40%. It is all about figuring out what gently works best for you, what fits your unique life and circumstances, and how you can slowly, steadily stack your money to gain that beautiful financial freedom in the future. I am not trying to get rich overnight. That is not my aim. I am simply striving to build a strong, peaceful financial foundation, one that in the next few years, if I keep nurturing these same gentle habits I have been building, will allow my money to truly, steadily grow. So thank you all for watching. Please let me know where you are at on your own gentle financial journey. And yes, have a truly wonderful day.